Yo, what's going on, y'all?
What going on?
All right, we would like to welcome everybody to the Three Wise Men Podcast, episode number 3. I'm your host, the one and only Ronnie G.
For sure. And one of your hosts too, Deej. Thank you for tuning in.
For sure. The third wise man is Zach. Everybody know me. I bring gold to the plate. So
You just better hope we don't steal that plate. But yeah. But again, we want to thank everybody for coming today, being on live, whatever, for our podcast. I think we got a pretty decent show for y'all audience today. Got a nice little topic. First of all, though, just want to check in with the host, make sure everybody okay. How y'all been doing? Y'all good?
Oh yeah.
Bless me.
That's good. All right, well, we just gonna get on into it. Bump all the other shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was asked a question today, guys, and I just want to know what y'all think. I was asked, why do men cheat?
Okay. Let's first establish. Do black men cheat?
Can I answer that before we get any further?
For sure, it's a short answer.
No.
By default.
Charlemagne the God told us black men do not cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
Plain and simple.
They don't cheat.
But that was the question that was asked to me this week, and I just wanted to get y'all opinion on it because I have a lot that I could say, but at the end of the day, everybody is different, you know. We all have been through different situations in life. A lot of men have, not just black men, but you know, us in particular, we have a lot of stigmas about us cheating and everything. So I just wanted to kind of just throw that out and to answer that person's question, why men basically cheat. So let's start it off. First of all, do y'all think all men cheat?
You said, do we think?
Yeah.
No. I don't think so. And if it was, I feel like men cheat. They probably cheat because, for one, they probably feel like they're not understood. They probably constantly saying the same thing over and over. Ain't no action being applied behind the words. Because men do get tired, bro.
Yeah, that's true. What about you, Zach?
I mean, how I feel about it is every man probably ain't cheating. I can't speak for every other person, but I think we all got the potential to cheat. You anybody got their own reasons for it, but you can't cheat if you can't get no girl.
That's true.
Sure.
Me
That's it.
personally, I feel like, yeah, men cheat, but when it has to be categorized and you want to question and ask us why,
Mm,
that's where I feel like there those answers a lot of people aren't ready for because it makes them accountable for their own actions.
yeah.
Me personally, I feel like men cheat, but it's not because we want to.
Mm,
Facts.
Now, just my opinion, me personally, um, I would say that it really just depends on a lot of the situations that you've been in your life. Everybody has their life sought up. They know what they want to do. It's a lot of factors that plays into that. It could be trauma. It could be nature. So
Exactly.
what do y'all two think about that? Do y'all think trauma and nature has something to do with why men cheat?
Wholeheartedly, bro. Yes. Now don't get me wrong, you got some men that just simply probably ain't gonna get right. You know what I'm saying? But trauma plays a big part because you don't know what the hell they was seeing when they was growing up. They probably seen they mom going through this, seen their dad doing this, you know what I'm saying? And they just apply it to their life. But
Right.
but at some point I feel like, you know, they'll come to reality soon.
yeah, yeah. I agree with you on that, D. I mean, we all affected in some way with relationships
Yeah,
that may lead up to a relationship in which we cheat. Um, and some of those things we may be the victim in that had shaped us into that person or to that point in which we cheat. But you know, at the end of it, we making that decision. So it's like if you feel like you're gonna cheat, you probably shouldn't be in that relationship, or you need to get a handle on that. You need to get a handle on it.
Hold
And
on,
I
Zach.
think
Hold on, Zach. Hold on, Zach. Let me ask you this.
look,
Let me ask you this question, Zach.
uh,
All right. Damn it, I almost forgot it. Okay, so when you say that if you think you're gonna cheat, you might as well don't get into that situation. That's true. But I will also say in regards to that, do you think that if you do you have the mindset to cheat before you get into it, or do you develop that mindset after you get into the situation? Because if
but
you're just trying to get with that certain individual and you interested, are you thinking about, okay, after her, this gonna be another one?
mm,
50-50.
okay, that's shedding light on what we talked about because you saying it's premeditated.
I feel like cheating is premeditated. You cannot
Uh,
accidentally cheat, and that goes for men and women. But since this is about why men cheat, you know, it's not something that can accidentally happen, but there are a lot of factors that can influence it.
For sure. For sure.
So I'm gonna ask y'all this: do y'all think that the type of women that are out now, do you think they have a big influence on why men cheat? And let me elaborate. The women of today, INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that mean, man? Like, come on, that's what they mindset is. So when you sit up
yeah,
here and say you don't need a person in your life, why in the hell you dealing with them?
Exactly.
mm, yeah,
So if you deal with a woman that has that mentality, not all women have that mentality, but for those that do in this society now, don't you think? Well, would you think that that's one reason why men will probably step out because they don't feel needed in
Yeah,
that particular situation?
for sure. I yeah, definitely. Because I feel like Yeah, I know it's about men, but I feel like women need to understand, like, they need to establish what does independent mean. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, right.
I understand, like, yeah, man. You know what I'm trying to say, bro. Like,
I
they
get what
need to
you're trying to
establish
say.
it,
Zach,
bro.
what about you? What you feel?
I feel like this whole episode, I'm gonna be listening to what y'all saying and really processing it because I already know we coming from different places with certain things. So, Deej,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like you on this episode. I'm like,
You
but
gonna
look,
pull a
I'm
D's today out.
processing.
That's fine.
Yeah, but
Me,
nah, I
me
think we really,
personally,
yeah,
these females nowadays, you know, they have a sense of independent security. A lot of them have this mentality they don't need a man. They can do it on their own.
hmm
So when men like, for example, me, if I deal with a female and when I get ready to take her out, she snatch up the bill and say, I got it. Okay, in some man eyes, we like, oh, okay, that's new. That's
yeah,
new. But if you go back about 20 years ago, you go out to eat. When that bill come, that woman still eating that steak, shrimp, or lobster and looking up at you and sliding the little book towards the man. That was what was expected. But
exactly.
when you have females that been taught not to expect that or not to rely on that, look at what we got now. They go and take their own
mm,
selves out to eat, take their own selves on vacations and trips and stuff like that. And they have a sense of if I could do this by myself, why I need
Why I need you?
somebody else? Yeah. But then here's the thing though. If you could do it by yourself, why in the hell you want me? Or you think you want to deal, with me? Then you sitting up here giving me this mentality like you don't need me or want me. What you think I'm gonna do?
And then mad at me when I don't reach the certain expectation.
Because at the end of the day, the same thing that you doing, I already did.
Exactly.
But women now are becoming the chasers and not the hunted. We're being hunted.
okay, okay. I'm processing all of that. Okay, can I interject?
Please.
Yeah,
I'm gonna speak my piece. I'm gonna speak my piece. All right,
you right.
so I agree that the modern woman right now is very independent. I feel like they're coming into a a right for themselves, which they should have for expression and to have their own, of course. But it's like giving somebody a loaded gun. You got a lot of power in your hands, but do you know how to use it? Type thing. So I
Mm,
think women today need strong female role models who have put in the work and understand how to use this power that they got, this right that they have to express themselves in a way that doesn't come off as toxic and lead to toxic feminism, So
I like that phrase.
all this
It
talk,
is.
yeah, women saying they don't need nobody. We social creatures. We all need each other. All right. If you're not gonna go through life without talking to somebody. But we also ain't so dependent and helpless without the other person. We can be independent to a certain degree, but you also got to acknowledge, hey, we all need help sometimes. And if that comes in the form of companionship with somebody else, so be it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And
All right,
individual
so
independence is
It's just
inside
inside.
a balanced relationship for two.
mm,
Hmm.
Like
duh.
it
Well,
goes back to
Yeah, because
gotta have balance for one.
yeah,
elaborate.
for sure.
Just give us a
Elaborate.
little bit more.
You gotta have balance. I feel like without balance, discipline, understanding those top qualities, you don't have nothing, bro. And it goes back to what Zach was saying. Whatever he was like we had different upbringings and stuff, right? A lot of people grew up in different households. Like you don't know who they grew up watching. You don't know this. You know what I'm saying? People get their
Yeah.
source of information from different places, and then And once they get into a relationship, whatever, all them things that they thought was their reality, it just, it take a toll. This person
Yeah.
this way, this person thinking that way. So how do you find common ground within that when it's like pride against ego? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So a lot of people don't know how to separate the two or know how to put one down.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
said
So
it good.
what you basically saying is how you're raised that determines your ability to understand basically right from wrong.
until you really able to kind of comprehend the things on your own. Cause a lot of things starts in the household. I feel that's how I was taught. That's the reason
Well,
why for traumas and things too.
do you think that make you cheat?
Majority of the time, it can.
So I can see if you coming from a bad life experience, but what if you coming from a good experience? You grow up in the church, your daddy a preacher,
Mm-hmm.
and then you throwing it out on Fridays at the basketball game, but you supposed to be cheering.
Yeah,
Come on now, like
All the
interesting.
people. Yeah.
cheating is influenced. I feel like cheating is
Yeah.
influenced.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I
Everything
mean,
about choice
like,
though.
yeah, yeah, like you said, everybody is raised differently. So when people go into relationships and stuff like that, they going into those relationships with what they know, which is how they grew up, how they were raised. So that's probably one of the first uh, influences that they're going to bring into that relationship. The rest of it is other elements like who they're going into the relationship with. Because, like we were talking to somebody else, uh, they can say that this person hurt me, they made me this way, that
Mm,
type of thing. So some
yeah,
stuff you don't experience until getting into the relationship and stuff like that. So it's a lot of variables that come into it. And I think us talking about it right now definitely helps us and other people identify what what leads us to that point of cheating.
right. Because my
Yeah.
thing is a relationship takes two.
Exactly.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a partnership.
Hmm.
So one of the main issues that I have with the women from nowadays is most men are getting into a relationship with the independent woman. You can't be independent and be in some type of partnership. It's like
Mm-hmm.
basketball. You
Yeah.
could be the star player, but you ain't gonna be able to get around all the different things on that court. You got to have. That's why you got a center. You ain't tall enough to get up there like that. You
Position.
can't work the post like that. So if
Yeah.
you're gonna be selfish, well, I ain't gonna pass it. I'm gonna just basically shoot it. Don't care how good of a shooter you are at practice. Game is different. When you
Hmm.
in the game, it's different pressures. It's different
Hmm.
things that's gonna keep you from being who you was at practice. That's why you
Yeah.
practice with a team because your weakness is your weakness. But you can
Hmm.
also be a team's weakness as well too.
Exactly. For being
Independent people are weaknesses in a relationship. So
Yeah.
they say, well, why the men cheat? Well, if you act like you don't need me and somebody else is showing me that they want me and they need me and I ain't got nothing for them,
Hmm.
thoughts gonna start to
oh
filter.
yeah, hell yeah.
You
Yeah.
gonna start to think. And I say it like this because I was married. And I ain't trying to go off subject or whatever. But for the people in the audience or whatever, I was married. I was married for about 4 years. I had been with my ex-wife for like 7 years. Beautiful child together.
Mm-hmm.
I was cheated on 7 times. I took it back 8.
Hey.
After the initial things happened, we were still legally married. I never cheated, but I could have.
Mm.
Yeah.
And if I would have, it would have been because of what she did. It ain't because I wanted to, because hell, if I wanted to cheat, I could have did that plenty of times before.
Mhm.
I
Right.
knew more people than she knew. I had more access to go to different events and functions. I was always out working and out with my homeboys and stuff like that. I mean, I had access to do a lot of stuff, but I was around decent people that kept me grounded, and I was grounded.
Mhm.
Her upbringing didn't change all that. She still did what the hell she wanted to do, but I didn't let that take me. You know what I'm saying? And another
Yeah.
thing too, if I would have known that she was gonna be like that, I would have left. But a lot of people, my thing is, okay, if men cheat,
Mm-hmm.
if that's what it is, men cheat. Why men cheat? There's so many different reasons why men cheat. But if you feel like that situation is so difficult, why do you think these women don't choose to leave the man that's cheating? And we all know that one girl or that one woman that done dealt, and this man done put her through. Zach, you know what we had a conversation about not too long ago.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
question is, you go through all that, right? That
Yeah.
person that we communicated with or we had a conversation with expressed to us a situation, but they're still in that situation.
Mhm.
And my thing is,
Mm-hmm.
why?
Because you get comfortable. You don't went through all these trials and tribulations, all these different seasons with these people and all that. They know your attitude. They know this, know that. You probably hit a hill of times, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just get comfortable. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Comfortable. Yeah.
Then you always had the idea of like this person gonna get better. Or at some point y'all was at the peak of y'all relationship, everything was great. Then time the shit get a little left and shit, you like, okay, you still holding on to that hope, like, okay, this still the same person. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to start over nobody.
I agree. I agree. If I could add anything to that, I would say that um, emotions,
Mm-hmm.
emotion, like as an outsider, as giving advice to somebody else, we can see it black and white. Be like, oh, he did this or she did that. Okay, do this. All right. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Oh, they
Mm-hmm.
cheated and they don't seem like they sorry. All right, yeah, leave. But when you bring emotions into the equation, now you got things to consider. You got history to consider. How this person made you feel when they did this, this, and that. Not even just talking about the bad things, but it's the good things that make people kind of stop and reconsider leaving that person.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it gets complicated. There's gray areas. It starts becoming a balancing thing. Now you're weighing a bunch of stuff over here, stuff on the right, and
That's why
that becomes a longer process.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's best just to get to know a person first, bro. Before you
Yeah.
just so stuck on the happy time, but time the shit go left, it better now all of a sudden you want to give up and all this and that. Nah, bro. Like take your time, analyze shit, and cause them tough times gonna really reveal a person to you.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people
I
give up
agree.
I agree with what
easy.
y'all saying, but here, excuse me, but here's where I have to interject.
What's up?
If we as men could understand that,
Right.
how come whenever we cheat, quote unquote, we cheat, they can't give us the same grace that we just explained? When a woman cheat, they're expected. My thing is like this, and I could be wrong, but for any women watching this, please chime in. When y'all cheat, it's always an excuse why y'all cheated.
Mm-hmm.
Why we can't have the same excuses?
Exactly.
Mm,
If we already being labeled as cheaters,
okay. Yeah.
you know, why we
Um,
can't label
yeah.
y'all as cheaters? Because they don't came on national television and just said it out. I don't watch Ricky Lake. I'm old, yeah. I'm old. I watch Ricky Lake and Maury and most of them and Ricky Lake, them women be on there talking about something. Well, he was doing this. He wouldn't come home. I needed attention. You don't think we need attention?
Exactly.
Mm,
What?
okay.
Motherfucker, I'm hungry too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go and pick up McDonald's all the time.
Uh,
So if I go and I let my coworker cook for me, oh, I'm cheating. And that's another thing. Define cheating. Is cheating just a sexual act or is it an emotional act?
Obviously,
You
if
mad
you're feeling
because
emotion.
another woman doing what the hell you supposed to do? Now I'm cheating. But you gotta stay with the man and then be like, well, he held me. You snore. I told you
Ah,
this is gonna be one of these shows where we gonna be, yeah, like I know it might bump a couple elbows, but
Yeah,
men don't cheat unless me personally, I feel like if a man cheat, he has a reason. And the reason why our reasoning isn't so-called a legit reason is because it's unspoken. Men
exactly,
aren't listened to like we listen to women. We are expected to be a man. We have feelings too. And
mm,
most of these females nowadays is making it worse for a man not to cheat because they telling us what they finna do.
mm, okay.
that that shit just
Yeah, I
crazy.
think yeah, we definitely got to define cheating. So with that, I got a question.
Hmm.
Does cheating just include the physical act of doing it, or does it start in the mind? Like if you think it, you've already cheated. I know y'all heard of that before, right?
Right.
All right. So how y'all feel about that?
Obviously, yeah. You visualize the shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you just
Yeah.
gonna quickly just jump into it. You gonna sit back and strategize. Like it's probably the type
Yeah.
of woman, probably the type of conversation you want to indulge in, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't just gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You
We
got a
probably
point.
take
Premeditated.
a minute, but we gonna, but we still gonna live with that idea of hope a little bit too. Like, okay, shit probably get a little better. You feel me? Because they call us dogs,
Mhm.
but I don't really think we not legit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but dogs got
Yeah.
genders too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm. Somebody
I
Women
post
just
that
threw
up.
that out there. I ain't trying to piss nobody off that's watching, but
Yeah.
facts,
I just had to throw that out there. Dogs got genders.
right?
Hey, we posting out. That's the quote of the episode.
You say we did
That's a
what?
highlight. That's a highlight.
For
It's
sure.
I mean it's the truth, man. Somebody catch that now. He said it, catch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, but me personally, I agree with Deej and I agree with you. When it comes down, cheating is a mind thing. You have to think about it before, especially because it's like this. If you're not involved with anyone, you're not cheating.
Exactly.
So if you know in your mind that you are in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, it's the difference between cheating and what the old folks used to call lusting. When you
Mhm.
walking in the store with your woman or whatever, you see somebody pass by. As a man, it's sometimes it's like that. As a man, it's natural to be attracted to another good-looking woman. Point blank. Period. If
Facts.
you're a real man, you're gonna be attracted to a beautiful woman. Don't matter what the race is, color. It could be a white woman, it could be a black woman, it could be a Hispanic woman, an Asian woman. If they got something that appeases your attention, don't care who you walking with. If I'm walking with Holly Berry and I see Mariah Carey, I'ma still look.
That's just our nature.
Thank you. So
Oh
I don't
man.
feel like cheating is more nature. I feel like it's more of influence. You
Well,
know,
yeah,
because the first thing that the woman gonna say is, "Well, I only did this because you did this."
Mm.
So why do we have to be labeled as cheaters before we even cheat?
facts.
Uh,
You look like a cheater. How the hell I look like a damn cheater?
now that's crazy.
But in society, I feel like we're labeled as cheaters, especially black men. You know what I'm saying? I feel like black men have the worst rep when it come down to a relationship.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say so many
Yeah.
black men don't cheat. Cheating is an action that is from the mind, but you can't accidentally do something that you know what I'm saying, have control over.
It's like basically turning thoughts into reality. Basically, that what cheating is to me. Cause you
You
can think
want
about
something
it,
that you
but
can't have.
yeah, you can think it all day, but your actions you ain't doing it. I just feel like it's just in the mind. Like okay, cause you never know like what people be thinking. Like even with women, they look at men too.
Do you think all black men get a
Mhm.
bad rep in relationships because of past people who done did wrong?
It's a
Man, I feel like yeah. I feel like black people get a bad rep for anything, honestly.
Elaborate.
Right.
So by
Yeah.
default, yeah, we.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah. I
y'all
mean,
want some
that's
context
true.
behind
Yeah.
that?
Give us a little something.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, I mean, with black people, we oftentimes get a negative connotation or uh, a negative stigma around us concerning things like crimes, our attitude. They say black women are toxic and loud and stuff like that, which I don't believe. I met some pleasant black women. All right, so to think we all under one monolith and one hive mindset and everybody's the same, that greatly
Mm-hmm.
diminishes and undermines us as a people. Our culture is a diaspora of different peoples, subcultures, and everything. Everybody don't think the same way. So um, I think people tend to downplay us like that, which is why we get uh, put up under the umbrellas of negative connotations. I feel like I'm speaking in circles right now. But for example, they say black men are good lovers, but eventually we gonna cheat. That type of thing, womanizes type thing. We'll love you for a good while or whatever, and then eventually we gonna move on to the next thing. That type of thing.
Okay. And my question would be, why would they think that? If they doing what they supposed to be doing, why would you even have that invitation or thought process to even want to go out there and do something like that?
Yeah.
Why
I,
is you
I
getting with
guess
a
it
man?
goes
Why is you even getting with a dude if you already think he gonna cheat on you in the first place? That's
okay.
kind of
That's a good one. Good point. I think that
I
goes
agree.
with the culture. Some part of the culture that we in, like gangsters. We oftentimes get associated with that. So women want bad boys, i.e., gangsters, thugs, them type of people. I ain't saying every thug or gangster is a deadbeat, but it's a strong correlation with that.
you
So
already know. Yeah.
women are attracted to toxic stuff, bad boys, etc.
You
So
know they say the
I think
good
that's
boy
where it plays into
worse.
that.
You know
Was that?
what? You said something then, boy.
Well, the good boy you to my Zach.
Both of y'all. But
Yeah,
his
yeah.
point: women are attracted to toxic things. So let me ask y'all this:
What's up?
how do y'all feel about back in the day, the women back in the day, like people that like when my mother was young and stuff like that, like her friends and stuff. Remember how they used to go through the cheating spell and they still would be sitting over there to the dude that cheated on them at the hair salon. They going to his mama house on Sunday for Sunday dinner. And all the women over there saying, well, girl, you know how he is. It's gonna be okay. Things gonna get better. I feel like the
Mm,
females nowadays, they not putting up with that. Look
okay,
at baby boy.
okay.
Yeah.
What advice did Jody mama give Yvette and the other girl? They told him to stay with Jody trifling ass. Am I lying?
Nah, you
Go
ain't
back and
lying.
watch Baby Boy. And for those of
For
you in the
sure.
chat don't know what Baby Boy is, it is a movie about a struggling about a young man trying to find his way in the West, LA at that. At the
Yep.
time where gangs was very prominent. You don't see gangs like that nowadays. They still exist, don't get me wrong, but they're not being represented as well as they was back in the late 80s, early 90s. You ain't got nobody
Yeah,
buying gold rims and putting them on the Mustang or Escort. No, it ain't none of that. But back then, I feel like the women from the 80s and 90s were taught to just be submissive and just take that. And then somebody finally grew up on the woman's side and said, you know what? If they can do it, we can do it. But the woman always been doing it. They just back then, the man had a stronger, he had a
Voice.
more, yeah. He could be like, okay, if that's what you're gonna do, then you do this. Nowadays, a lot of us men, we want to be so we trying not to we not trying to do what we saw done wrong in the past that we allow a lot of bullshit to pass us and accept it. I said, and now if I now if it, now one thing I did tell my friend that asked me this question, why men cheat? A lot of the bullshit that we allowed to go on, and we
Mm.
didn't say nothing because we didn't want to ruin nothing.
Yep.
Mhm.
The woman right now ain't nothing but the modern day damn man. They just got long hair and they just don't stand up.
That's all
Okay.
it is. Bro, I agree, bro. I do.
You said a
So
lot then.
yeah, because if you want to say we cheat, my thing is if you know we're good, like Zach said, they get with us, and these, y'all said they get with us, and but they always say that, well, girl, he ain't gonna do right before us for a couple of months or a couple of weeks. Okay, so y'all not already prepared to put it in y'all mind that after I'm gone, you got another one coming over. Remember when they used to have a little black book?
I was just thinking about that.
We ain't got no damn black book no more. They got a dictionary from A to Z. And it's defined by what they can do for that particular individual. I'm telling you.
Yep. And it goes back to what you were saying about do people cheat with emotions and things like that? Yeah, women definitely for sure they do, bro. We just do it for the moment, man. That's what I feel. Some of us do. It ain't like we finna fall in love. I'm just saying, it ain't like we finna fall in love with her. She probably listened to me.
Okay.
She probably
I
rub her.
like that
She
segue.
probably, like you said, she probably know how to cook.
I
Her,
like that
oh, you don't
segue.
hold me. Oh, you always at work. But you know what I'm trying to do though. I'm grinding, making sure we got a roof over your head. You can go get them shoes or whatever you want.
Yeah,
This nigga just, I mean, oop,
yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what he want.
Mhm.
Then once he done with that, what you think he doing? I'm pretty sure he
Mhm.
working and doing this and that. Like, what's the difference? But you know,
Mhm.
the teacher's on.
Yeah,
Mm, that's good. I like that.
Them
I
facts though,
like that.
yeah.
I like that. So for the men who do cheat, you let's talk on their behalf.
for sure.
You think they do it for fun or because it's easy? Well, as a matter of fact, I wouldn't even say for just that. If a man cheat, do you think another reason why is because it's easy to cheat?
Like Zach say, you ain't cheating, you ain't get no girl. I mean, so what you doing, bro? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true though.
I mean,
for sure.
you know,
No,
Well,
okay, I see the question.
yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a good question. Hold on, what did it say? Can we pull that back up?
Oh, yeah. There we
Okay,
go.
all right. So it's saying they say men cheat for physical reasons and women cheat for emotional. Is that true?
Hell no.
you don't think so?
Both men and women cheat for the same. If a woman cheating for emotions, if it, first of all, how in the hell can you emotionally cheat? You crying while you cheating? I don't want to do this, but I have no. It ain't that you want to do that. Emotional, like Zach said, like you said, we not hugging on them. Of course, you know the other man gonna hug on if he. Okay, this is where the old me will come in. If I wasn't in a relationship, and I'm saying this loud and publicly, so people know I'm in a relationship. Damn it! So don't go back cutting no damn shorts, trying to get me caught up. Chat audience, don't do that shit. But
Yeah.
look, if I was the older me, if I hear a female telling me that she's unhappy, she's not getting this, she's not getting that, she's vulnerable. So I am going to use that to my advantage. Oh, your dude ain't hugging you? I'll hug you. As a matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
I'll hug you and I'll rub the back of your head at the same time like your grandma used to do. Bring you some
Mm,
nostalgia, make you feel at home, make you comfortable. Of course, you don't think a
yeah,
man cheat? because he ain't sad, he ain't getting no love, he ain't getting the attention and support he need. Come on now.
Yeah.
And at the end of the
All right.
day,
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's clarify what the emotional part is. I mean, in other words, it's for making themselves feel better about themselves, or to show that they can hurt the other person.
Yes,
I
because
mean,
yeah, however they cheat or whatever, they gonna throw that shit right back up in your face. Well, so
mm,
and so they had no problem. So you know what I'm saying? Like just throwing little shit out there. So yes,
okay.
Men
All
don't
right.
cheat for revenge. Men cheat
no,
because it's there. The opportunity presents itself. 9 out of 10, these females know that the dude is already involved, but a female is gonna cheat for revenge. She's gonna be the one to cheat to make you feel it because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
mm-hmm.
never known a dude say, "Man, I'm finna go cheat on my wife because I want her to feel how I feel." I ain't never heard that before in my life from nobody.
I, I
Right.
ain't never heard that either.
Mm-mm.
Be real with
But you could go ask a woman, and when you ask them why they cheated, he did what he did, and I felt like this, and I just wanted him to feel how. That's why they do their little things. I want him to feel how I
you.
feel. Okay, so why y'all have to express y'all feelings that way and we can't? If
Exactly.
it's
Hmm.
that, if women say it's okay to cheat because they're emotionally hurt, well, damn it, I'm hurt.
Amen.
You got a point.
Don't criticize. Don't be the kettle calling the pot black.
Mhm.
Amen.
I can't even argue with that. I mean, it's making sense.
But like you said, Zach, the emotion that we're describing is it to make ourselves feel better? Unless you just one of them dudes that ain't got no confidence. If you a non-confident dude, first of all, you ain't cheating because you ain't got no damn body. You already by your damn self. So you so that so you just cheating. So you just trying to get yourself out there. But if you're in a relationship as a man, I don't think that you're cheating to try to prove something. Hell, you done already proved it when you done stood there beside her and went through the whole process of a relationship
Mm-hmm.
and had to be a man to hold back those urges and things like that. If a man cheating in a relationship that isn't grounded, it's because of the unknowledge, it's because of the influence he has from either something that his woman is doing or his woman is basically saying, how she's making him feel. And a woman can say something to make a man feel real low.
But what?
And so you at work now, you sad, but you trying to work it because you a man. You're not taught to show emotions, and you got your coworker come over and she's a woman and she says that one thing that's all you wanted your woman to say.
Oh
Now
yeah.
you thinking that's
Yeah,
emotion.
Hey.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
it
emotion,
is. Okay.
man.
All right.
But yeah.
So, I mean, we could try to split hairs or try to differentiate where men and women differ when it comes to cheating. But I think we can all agree on the common elements or themes that present themselves when men or women cheat, such as ego, toxic
Mm-hmm.
ego, pride. Y'all were naming them out. We were all naming them at some point
Yeah,
so far in the episode. Um, Another one, disrespect. If you don't respect the person you dating, you more than likely gonna cheat on that person. If y'all aren't communicating, because if you having thoughts like that, how many how many people out there actually feel comfortable enough telling they significant other, "Hey, I'm having thoughts of, you know, going to see Shorty or something like that."
Some
Who really gonna do that?
some do
nobody.
that. Well, some they probably won't say it like that. They'll probably be like I'm happy unhappy or some shit like that. But they probably ain't gonna
Yeah,
go all into details. And they'll probably give some
yeah,
example. But some
yeah,
do
A
say it.
female will though. They'll let you know. You can. I tell when the female getting ready to step out. Well, you don't call me like you used to when you break.
Mm-hmm.
And they just throw out
yeah,
little things and see us men, we looking at it like, man, come on now. We've been together for such time. We've been together for
Yeah,
so long. Like, man, that ain't nothing, man. You know I'm
Yeah.
from home too. But it be petty stuff. And me personally, I feel like women cheat more than men. But the reason why men cheat is because we ain't proving the point. It's like, damn it, we have needs too. And then me personally, cheating ain't always got to be a sexual act.
it don't.
No.
But see, with men, just being around a whole nother damn woman while you're in a relationship, that's cheating. If
Yeah.
she drop her purse and you pick it up, oh, you cheated. She dropped the purse. I just picked it up. She said thank you. She
You
won't
Right.
post thing. You know how you hold the door open for another woman while you and your girl going in the store? Then she standing there looking at you all stupid like, what you holding the door for her for? I was raised like a gentleman, sweetheart. I'm supposed to do that stuff. Now you
Yeah.
all upset
Yeah.
because I held the door. Now I'm cheating. But you was at the gym
Mhm.
and some little scrawny ass motherfucker was trying to so-called teach you how to do stretches and he'll look like he don't even fucking work out. And you entertaining his ass for 35 minutes while I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting on you. And you ain't
Oh
seen me
man.
accuse you cheating when you got in the damn car, but no, that's what it is.
And then they had conversation and everything.
Exactly. All we did was just pick up the damn purse and say, here you go. Thank you. You are so nice. You are such a gentleman. She must not understand that you my man. You ought to be happy that your man is a damn gentleman.
Mm.
Yeah,
But do we react like that when they do stuff? No.
no,
uh,
it's gonna be a
yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you did this, what the hell now I gotta do it then? What you talking about? This shit happened 2, 3 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. I think it depends. There may be some people, guys included, that may pay attention to details. Like if your woman is greeting somebody, you may hear how she greets that person. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? She put a little extra hate on it. You be like, what was that?
you know the extra
You know what I
shit.
mean? Yeah, a little
Yeah.
extra.
Just like
Was
them
that
hugs too.
necessary?
That shit.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, not okay. A little extra side hug, huh? That type of
Now
thing.
a hug from the back or
So
something. What the fuck?
for sure, for sure. Cause look, body language is more than just talking. Body language, we on a given day, we all gonna check it. We gonna catch something that look like a red flag, and we gonna address it. You
You're
know what I
right.
mean?
But how do you address it?
So
How you go with a cool approach or you go like mad as hell?
Now
it depends
that's
on what
where,
was done and how disrespectful you feel.
but then again though, do you go off on the guy or do you go off on the woman?
You ain't
Because
dealing with the dude. You dealing with her.
right.
She
But
just
here's my thing though. Why when we cheat or we feel like we have a like I said, I know it's some men out there that have something good at the home. And I'm gonna say this for all the women that's about to get ready to cuss me the fuck out. I love all my women. I don't care what color you are, I love all of you. So for those of you who are actually doing what you're supposed to be doing, give your man that attention, that support, that emotional and physical that he needs. If you're doing that and you got a dude that's cheating on you, he's wrong. Now, why? I can't tell you because I don't know what you got going on. But if you feel like you're doing everything in your power for this guy not to cheat on you and he's still cheating on you, I'm not finna tell you to look at yourself. I'm finna tell you to go better yourself. So if you still allowing that, if any woman is still allowing a dude to cheat on them, then that's another reason why men cheat because they know that he can come back home.
Facts. You ain't
Some
That's
men
real.
are built like that, and let's be for real. We got some fucked up men out here that do stuff that shouldn't be done. Bad examples of manhood. But if you can do what you're doing, and you can come back to your house with your wife, and she still treats you like you the king, then you're wrong, brother. But I can't knock you for living.
she gonna get tired of that shit soon anyway.
If it going on for 20 something
Yeah.
years, she ain't fucking tired.
Yeah.
Okay.
She don't have her fair share somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, but see, you got a lot of women though that don't. You know what I'm saying?
You right, they don't.
Um,
Some do.
they're doing the right thing. They're home. They're taking care of the kids, taking care of the household. They're doing what they're doing, giving this man what? Because see, a lot of good men deal with females that they show good signs in the beginning. Then they turn all like, well, I got you now, so I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But I'm coming home. You stop calling me. That'll make a man cheat too now.
Oh yeah,
You know
hell
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're a woman and you're not acting like that, and your dude cheating on you, or he's stepping out on you, you need to leave him. Because the only thing you're doing is encouraging him to continue to do it. Because it's like a child when you're in school. If you get in trouble, if you don't go ahead and nip it in the bud in the beginning, your child gonna be a troublemaker for the rest of his life. So
Mm-hmm.
if you explain to them at a young age, you cannot do this stuff because these are the consequences. Consequences behind cheating on a good person is you're never going to find another person like that again. And then you're going to be getting cheated on for the rest of your life. It's called karma.
Mhm.
So don't give men a reason to cheat if you don't want them to cheat. But just because your sister is letting her husband run up and down the damn road like a fool, don't look at me, threatening me, talking about something. If you ever think about doing, first of all, don't even throw that thought in my mind. Because if I ain't thought about it, don't let me think about it.
Mhm.
Because you don't know how some men is, like y'all said, ego. A man to try to prove something real quick.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, you think that I can't go out here and still come back home like Ray Ray? Watch this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Watch
You a
this.
fool. Okay.
Now what? And then come back home and she still talking about something. Yeah, my sister, right? She need to kick Ray Ray out. Ray Ray was caught over there with Sarah. Yeah, guess what? I was over there with Sarah too.
Yeah.
So I just feel like personally, going back to what y'all was saying, cheating is a emotional decision that you make. There's nothing that can force you to do that or anything.
Okay.
Some like I said, every man ain't the same, but like all three of us, we're considered the good ones. We are a catch. Any woman would be lucky to deal with any three of us because we have the knowledge and the intelligence and the emotional and physical basic support. I love everybody in my family. Y'all love y'all family members. We know what's supposed to go on. I don't think any three of us will go and do anything like that. But do we have friends? And it's another thing before we leave, because we got a few minutes left. But I want to ask this question, and y'all be honest with me. Y'all know I'm in a relationship, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If I was cheating on the person I'm in a relationship with, and y'all knew about it, would y'all tell it or would you keep it to yourself? And part two of that question is, if you don't tell it, does that define who you are as a man?
So you saying like, okay, you obviously you in a relationship
Would you
and
tell
what
on
we
your
gonna
homeboy?
wait, if
You
you
know your
if you was
homeboy
getting
was
cheated on,
cheating, would you tell on him?
honestly,
DJ,
me being
I'm gonna
honest,
let you answer that first.
this just me. I don't have no type of loyalty or know your wife, fiance, whatever. Me personally, I mind my business, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, let's elaborate. Say that you
Yeah.
come over, you eat dinner with us and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? If you find out that your homeboy is cheating on his woman, would you tell or would you just look the other way?
I'm coming to you first, like, hey, bro. You know how I am, bro. Like, look, bro,
Right. But
it ain't
say
my
it wasn't
business,
me.
bro.
Say it was somebody else that you just affiliated with through basically your wife or somebody like that, or whoever you talking your spouse at the time. You're affiliated and y'all got a good, cool relationship. That's your home. That's your partner. Y'all play golf together, baseball, go to the bar, whatever. And he tells you, say, "Hey man, I leave here. I'm finna go do something." And you thinking like, what? You and your wife going out? Nah, man, I'm finna go do something else. would you tell or would you not tell?
I be having all types of thoughts in my head. Like, I don't know what the hell y'all got going on in y'all relationship. I don't know, but I tell you personally, cause I know you. Like, look, bro, I don't know what you got going on,
Yeah.
but you dead ass wrong, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Would you tell this woman?
see, that's the part right there. I don't never want to get to. Like,
But that's the question though.
Mhm.
Because okay,
Okay.
Zach, what about you, Zach? What you feel?
And whoever's doing the offense, whoever's doing the cheating, I'm gonna definitely go to them first. Tell them, because we all know, uh, ain't nothing good gonna come from that. Whatever
Right.
you pining for, whatever you cheating for, it ain't gonna end in a good way. And so I'm gonna check that person and tell them, hey, you going down a dangerous road. It ain't gonna end well for you or her. Now, as for that person, the other person that's getting cheated on, that's hard to say because let's say dude is skipping out on his woman for somebody who may have an STD or something like that, or in the realm of an irreversible damage type thing, such as an STD. Do you feel more inclined to tell that person that's getting cheated on to prevent them from getting? You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I probably would say something, especially we
Me
all.
personally, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. If I'm cool with both of them, well, not even I'm cool with both of them. If I know that I might not even know who my homeboy girl is, but I can tell you, but you can pretty much tell if a girl good or not. If I know he got something good at the house and he throwing his life away, I'm gonna talk to him. But if it's some other stuff like something being mixed in the sprinkles, you can't put sprinkles in meatloaf.
Mm,
So if you putting sprinkles in meatloaf, I gotta tell her do not eat the fucking meatloaf. That's it. Now, would I be wrong?
okay.
No, because at the end of the day, like I got enough respect for my homeboy to not let him mess up somebody else's lifestyle because his lifestyle is not where it's supposed to be at. I love him that much to be
Yeah.
like, bruh, I can't let you destroy your child's life, your baby mama's life. I can't do that because I'm a victim of cheating. I was cheated on by a
Yeah.
beautiful black woman. For all you women out there in the pod in the world, I was cheated on by a woman 7 times. I took it back 8 times. My reason was because I wanted to keep my family together. I wanted my family. It wasn't the pussy. Excuse my language, y'all. If I wasn't supposed to say that, just exit out later. But it wasn't the sex or the money or nothing. It was the loyalty that I had for being a family man. Also, not want to be a statistic. You know, you get
Mm-hmm.
married young, and it goes for any color. White people too. It don't matter. You get married young. Oh, you ain't gonna last long. No, I wanted to be better than all that. But after what I went through, I wouldn't want to see nobody go through that, man or woman. But when it come down to all y'all dudes do is just cheat and y'all can't have y'all way and whatever. Okay, well, that may be true in some aspects, but a lot of the times, cause me personally, I could have. I don't know nobody that done got cheated on 7 times and stuff, and still try to deal with that person. I don't know nobody there. So I had, if you want to give a reason why she cheated on me first, which that's the stupid reason because it's like retaliation. But I could have used that. But
Yeah,
that's my character.
Yeah.
That ain't who I am. So for these people out here that's willingly going out there, if I got a homeboy that's out here cheating on his woman, and I know that they got something that ain't nobody else got, yeah, I'm a snitch. I don't give a damn, cause he gonna respect me later on when he's still with her.
yeah. I ain't think that far ahead with mine. I'm
He
just
ain't gonna
like,
he ain't gonna deal with me after he leave her because
yeah.
he gonna be trying to chase the next piece of ass,
But next time he gonna let you know.
and he ain't gonna have no damn money to hang out with me because he paying for too much ass.
I
So
respect.
yeah, I'll
Ron,
tell
I'm
on my
with you on that.
homeboy,
When
but
you
I
say it
but
like
I
that.
wouldn't tell like out of spite. It'll be out of love. Now, if I know that his woman ain't shit, I ain't gonna say nothing at all.
Facts.
Okay.
I agree.
We could run for an hour and 30, honestly, with this.
I was thinking
We
that.
could, but we ain't got what I.
I was
I
thinking
know,
that.
I know. I'm gonna just say this last little thing, man. When you get in a relationship, y'all sharing heart to heart. Anything y'all, if y'all not giving each other your whole heart, you making room for secrets, and I think that's what cheating is hidden in lies. So
You're right. You're right. Well, anybody else got anything to say about today's show? I'm glad that y'all was on. Thank everybody for listening. Thank everybody for tuning in. D's, Zach, y'all got anything that y'all want to say? Any shout outs that y'all want to make before we get out of here?
Shout out to the Three Wise Men podcast. Just appreciate it, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
for sure.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, don't
man.
forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, Three Wise Men. I'm your host, Ronnie G, along with DJ Zach. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Sure.
All right.